Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the types of adjusting entry, specifically depreciation. So what is depreciation? Say you have a building on January 1, 2020 with a cost of 500,000. What do you think would be its value after a year or on December 31, 2020? Would it still be 500,000? Of course not, because the building underwent environmental conditions, for example, rain, dust, etc. And because of that, the value would actually go down. Let's say down to 450,000. The decrease in value here, 50,000, is actually the depreciation. And depreciation is applicable to non-current assets except for land and intangible assets. Land because it appreciates over time, and intangible assets because they are amortized and not depreciated. Now, how do we compute the depreciation? There are many ways, but the most common is by using the straight line method, and it goes like this. To get the annual or yearly depreciation, you need the cost, which is the money paid for to obtain the depreciable non-current asset. You also need the salvage value, which is the value of the depreciable non-current asset after its useful life. And you also need the estimated useful life, which is self-explanatory. Assume the following. You purchase an equipment on July 15, 2020, cost is 500,000, salvage value is 20,000, and the life is 10 years. And you are tasked to compute the depreciation in 2020 and in 2021. So first things first, we set the formula. Annual depreciation equals cost, 500,000, minus salvage value, 20,000, all over estimated useful life, 10 years. Answer, 48,000. Question, is this the answer? Of course not. No? You refer to the purchase date, July 15, 2020, because that will tell you that the depreciation in 2020 only ran from July 15 to December 31. And that is, let's count the months. 0.5 to complete July, plus 1 August, plus 1 September, plus 1 October, plus 1 November, plus 1 December. So that's 5.5 months. Your depreciation in 2020 only ran for 5.5 months and not 12. So 48,000 here is not the answer. To compute the depreciation in 2020 or in 5.5 months, first get the annual depreciation. Divide it by 12, the number of months, to get the monthly depreciation. So 4,000 here is the monthly depreciation. And to get the depreciation for 5.5 months, we multiply this by 5.5. So the answer is 22,000. This is the depreciation in 2020. How about the depreciation in 2021? The answer here is actually 48,000. Why? Because in 2021, the depreciation ran from January 1, 2021 to December 31, 2021. And that's 12 months, so we don't need to do the procedure we did earlier. Now let's jump to the entries. No? I will write the initial and the adjusting entry. So for the initial, on July 15, 2020, debit equipment, credit, let's say the equipment was purchased on account. Credit accounts payable, 500,000. This is your initial entry. And again, the equipment here will undergo conditions. So at year end, on December 31, you need to prepare your adjusting entry to account for the changes. So on December 31, 2020, you prepare the adjusting entry for the depreciation. So the pro forma here is debit depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation, and then write the pertinent account title, equipment. For the amount, we already computed it, 22,000. And that is your adjusting entry. How about in 2021? Again, follow the format. Debit depreciation expense, credit accumulated depreciation equipment, 48,000. This is the adjusting entry in 2021. Again, the pro forma is debit depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation. And then write the name of the depreciable non-current asset, for example, building. For the amount here, just write what you have in your computation using the formula. Before I end this video, let me just share some things about the account titles here, so at least you know the logic. Starting from the depreciation expense. This is in the income statement and is part of the expenses. Its normal balance is debit, while this one, accumulated depreciation, is found in the balance sheet. It is a contra asset account, meaning it reduces the value of the related asset, and its normal balance is credit. Now, how is accumulated depreciation presented in the balance sheet? Being a contra asset account. Say this is the heading of your balance sheet. So after that, you have the current assets with the account titles and the amounts. Then after that, you have your non-current assets. And let's say your first line here is equipment, 500 pesos. After this, write the contra asset account, accumulated depreciation equipment. Let's say it's 50. And being a contra asset account, this is deducted from the related account to get the carrying value of the equipment, 450. So this is how accumulated depreciation is presented. Normally, this computation is prepared in the notes, which is another statement. But just to simplify the discussion, this is what I did. Because of this computation, some of you may be wondering, in the adjusting entry, can we just credit building instead of accumulated depreciation building? Because anyway, we will reduce the value of the building in the presentation. The answer is no. Why? Because crediting building in the adjusting entry would mean violating one of the accounting concepts and principle, which is the cost concept. Okay? So I guess that's everything. Thank you.